It's December 28th, 2014. This is Steve Chesney. This is another test with the HELE device. It is about 45 degrees outside. You can see, once again, essentially no emissions. We're running much like the other tests at 40% duty cycle on the fuel and 100% fans. This test has been going on now for about an hour and a half. You can see our heat sink water is nice and hot. That's about 34, 33 degree water centigrade, so pretty warm. Same setup as before, however I didn't use a towel on the output temperature gauge. So the performance this time has been a little bit different. It still has finally stabilized at around 4.1, as you can see, 4.1 degrees temperature rise on the output. Finally, it took a long time to get there. This test started at 152, it is now 322, so an hour and a half to get there, which is a lot different than yesterday where it got there much faster. However, despite the length of time it took to get there, this has been a much smoother process. It's been a very slow and gradual rise as opposed to a spiky, bumpy, weird rise. So the difference today, there are a couple differences. One is I ramped up the fan speed after the initial startup fuel addition much faster, so I did not allow a large fuel pile to develop on the burn plate. Secondarily, I'm noticing there's quite a bit of condensation or steam or leakage or something coming out of here. You can actually see it starting to drip down a little bit, and that I did not notice yesterday. However, I've seen stuff like this before. I really hope it's not a leak. I'm fairly sure. I think it's not a leak. Yeah, so anyway, there's no way to know without actually opening it up and checking, and there's no way I'm doing that while it's running, so I'm hoping that it doesn't affect the results too much. Anyway, we did finally get there. Once again, almost no emissions, so we're very pleased about that. We've had a pretty good test, and I'm going to be shutting it down here relatively soon. Once again, you can see that we've gotten up to about 4.1, 4.2 degrees centigrade temperature rise, and that's exactly what we're hoping for. So, once again, a successful test.